Hello, everyone. I'm having fun with this. I'm going to do this just for fun. Um, One, I'm going to talk about some laws. The United States, number one, installed the illegal federal private bank, the Federal Reserve, in 1913. And in 1933, the United States went through its third bankruptcy and lost its sovereignty. Also, the United States had over 4,000 documents with the North American indigenous Indians, along with the United States treaties. Okay? You have to be a nation and you have to be sovereign in order to go into treaties. No one else can. Corporations cannot. Okay? Okay. So in 1933, it lost its sovereignty through its third bankruptcy, which is basically technically because they installed an illegal bank called the Federal Reserve. This was hello Ed, a soft, aggressive war tactic. Infiltration. Okay, so with that, they never ratified the treaty agreements with the North American indigenous people, and instead sold the United States to international bankers. This question is basically directed at Joanne Spotted Bear because she's full-blooded Lakota Indian and she's the one with the documents, and she has been at the UN several times. Okay. The thing is, my question is, if this United States is no longer a sovereign country, a sovereign nation, and is still owned by the Queen of England and also the Vatican. This also goes for other countries like Canada and Australia, who still are owned. The Queen of England has her clutches in these countries, and they're still paying taxes to the Queen of England. So much for the revolution. Okay, with that, how is it you have these three parties? Basically, the international bankers. I have heard it was the Rothschilds, but I believe there's many more. The Queen of England and also the Vatican, which confuses me. So basically, we're a slave nation, okay, including our military and everything else. They seem to work for foreign outside countries. What do you want me to say? And they see us humans as slaves and as part of their collateral. Okay, knowing that, so we do not have a president now. He signed a national state of emergency, gave over his powers. That's why you're not seeing the president seal on the podium and also the president's flags and so on and so forth. And he's now given over the controls to FEMA and also the United States Surgeon General. I don't mind him so much. But then they're taking over and claiming that they've got all these laws that they can enforce. They can take you without due process, etc., so on and so forth. Well, first of all, if you're a corporation, you don't tell me what to do. Number one, me or anyone else. I'm not your property, nor am I your slave. I don't care how many agreements you've gotten into, okay? And you wrote up. All done illegally, without my consent nor knowledge. I know that they're all very, very heavily into their black magic, and somehow the Vatican is heavily into black magic, and they somehow wrote all of this stuff, kind of like monarchies. We can write this and do this about our people and blah, 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 and they're so stupid and dumb and ignorant and so highly, extremely uneducated, they'll never know. Because we're really in the business of slavery, including Sweden. Okay, but then, hello, Susan. The corporation cannot write laws, number one. The corporation cannot go into treaties, not even space. The United States lost its sovereignty in 1933. Okay? So, after the war, they went into these secret treaties with, you're going to all think I'm crazy. I don't really frankly care. Okay? This is what makes everything so different. And everyone keeps thinking, it's a spiritual war. No, it's that and more. Okay? These guys are very aligned with the demonic side. And I know they try to keep us as confused as possible. Okay, but they have secret treaties. And they've enslaved us on a level that you haven't even begun to imagine. If you want to, you can go and look at Laura Eisenhower. She talks about it. And then also the Super Soldier Talk Show, which is the Chinese. He's a Cambodian, but he's a Chinese AI. Resistance is futile. Excuse me, but I have an American AI, weaponized, which is basically the psychotronics. And it's a weapon of war, and it's a weapon of mass destruction. And there's already people that are having lawsuits against AI. And there's others who are war judges, war crimes judges, several times, against Bush Jr., Cheney, Queen of England, and Tony Blair. We're going to add a few more. They're also going after the neural weapons, but they need to make it very extremely clear. You need to go after AI. If you don't go after AI, you've got nothing. And also, these galactic agreements and treaties. You need to go after that also. I'm not here to play anyone's dummy. No, I don't really frankly care. So, with all that, I'd like to know about these laws. And not only that, Frederick Lubing, he signed a contract with the FBI about a foot and a half thick deep. Okay, these idiots, I'm going to say that they're espionage. They did all this on purpose. And they all do. Yes, they do act very, very parasitic. You know, kind of like bugs. But if we supposedly have 1 million universes, 1 million or 1 billion, I think they said, and they're saying that life out there is teeming with life. Okay? So, but they're all connected and aligned with the demonic side. That's why it gets confusing. Where does all this technology come from? I've never heard of a demon giving me technology. Okay? Gotta go a little further. And not only that, as much as I love the Bible, and I do love Christ, Jesus, and God, the Bible isn't the full Bible. You can expect that from our Vatican, who basically is a government and enslaved people and is one of the richest sovereign nations on this planet. They even have the Swiss as their guards, their army and their military. Okay, and then you have these idiots, and then they have their, what do you call it, dungeon suites? What are they doing with the little kids? Okay, they're not sweet by any stretch of the imagination. So, but I'd like to take all those laws because these lawsuits are coming. They've already come. They're going to be coming together. Robert Stanson, he's going after the defense contractors and manufacturers of the drones. Well, I already have my body scan. It'd only take me about $2,200 to give to Dr. Staniger, and then I would have the patent holders. That means I'll know who they are. And guess what I'll be doing with it? Exactly. And by the way, for the Chinese, especially the Chinese AI, I hate my American AI. So, and also for some reason, the off-planet seem to be very, very dependent upon them, which is very, very extremely ironic. And you can also ask Laura Eisenhower. She talks about it. She knows it. We're their slave and their food source, but they're extremely massively dependent upon us. Kind of very parasitic. Okay? My FBI, she said to me when my perping escalated and went to this other level, when it started in July of 2014, she said, we don't eat food anymore. We eat energy. We use energy as cash. I had no idea what she was talking about. I didn't realize she was going to use our human God source. Okay? Yes, it gets much, 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 much more complicated. That's why you have to fight and defend yourself. Okay? I don't care if you're a killer whale. I don't care if you're a great white. Okay? That's what we're working on. Okie dokie. Yes, I know it's scary. I could prove it. I don't have the 15K. Dr. Staniger is easier for me to get that. But I am starting. And Trump doesn't have the power. He's given the power over to the governors of the states. Okay? And they're going to try and push us around. I'm not taking your vaccine, number one, and I'm not taking your test. Okay? People have already proven it. People that have licensed, degreed education, that these tests are not even meeting the gold standard. They're not testing for virus, not even testing for bacteria. They're testing for RNA, not DNA, RNA, a protein. Okay, get it? They're lying. Okay? Anytime they want to test you and do all that swabbing, it's because they want your DNA. They want to track you, put you in their system, in their computer system, and do all sorts of Mengele type of experiments from a distance. Grow up. 1984 nightmare is here. It's been here. But they try to keep it, secret. But it's not anymore. It doesn't have a chance nor a choice. We have documents, we have proof, we have the patents, everything. We have the experts. We're coming of age. We're growing up. And we're going to take all of these things that they've got on us off of us. And I will want to meet the people out in outer space and say, I don't really like Star Trek. That's garbage. And what is it you guys think you're doing? What the hell do you think you're doing? Okay. So we've got a lot to deal with, but we can. But I'm not going to put myself nor my soul into an AI machine so that my idiots, NSA, FBI, CIA, can go off into space somewhere and the elites can live forever. So it's for them. It is more than just the humans because we are dealing with another species. Okay? They have alliances. Countries have their alliances. So, and they're trying to do a whole lot of stuff too. They've been doing it. Yeah, and the odd part is I've gotten over my fear because I've had to deal with it on a kind of first-hand basis through my psychotronics, which is also part of the Pentagon, and they're trying to meld the 3D, the third dimension, and the fourth dimension. And if they can do weather warfare and all of that and modification, they can do this. Everything's electronic. They are what they are. But, we haven't been allowed to be in the conversation. We haven't been allowed to be at the table. Just like Laura Eisenhower says, I do not consent. I don't want any more secrets. I want my life. Okay? I know there's a lot of people who want to jump from 3D to 5D. It sounds good, but at the same time, I'm like going, we were put here for a reason, weren't we? Wouldn't Jesus want me to fight? There's something wrong. There's something missing. Yes, I think it's a good idea. But at the same time, I don't want to lose anything. And I think Laura Eisenhower said that we are already sovereign. We are sovereign people. Hi, Rosa. And, I'm not going to be treated like chattel, cattle. Nothing. And quit eating me. And especially my God spirit. And don't touch my family. If you don't have it, that's your problem. Okay? Really. That is your problem. Not only that, it's your big problem. If you're starving, I'm sorry. Go eat some insects like you want us to do. Okay. Everybody. Peace. Ciao. Fight this. Understand what's going on with Trump and the FEMA and all this other stuff. And the cops. If you have to put out a flyer and say, you know what? You're a corporation. Who are you taking orders from? Who? From foreign outside countries. Who? You're not a sovereign country. You're not a nation. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Number one. Number two, do you really think? They said on the Georgia Stone, 90%. You think you're going to be the 10%? You know who they are. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? You're not the elite 10% Hunger Games. Sorry. Okay? I know that they're going to subject you, and I know the CIA and FBI and the DHS are going to convince and try and convince the cops to go along with this garbage, this shit, and this bullshit. Everybody wants their sovereignty. Everybody wants their country. Everybody wants their culture. Their cultures are special. Our identity is special. Our journey is special. Extremely. Okay, everybody. Love you. Peace out. Take care, and God bless.